Yo. Hey guys, what's up? How's it all going? How's it all going for everybody? How are we all doing? Alright. Yeah, hello. Let me rearrange my chat log so I can see everybody. Alright, so from what I can see from this awkward angle in which I'm stretching in right at the moment, it looks like we have... Ah, there we go, that's nice. Alright, well, it looks like we have my Poppy. Hello, Poppy. Mr. Lazarus Long, who is my dad, who said he wanted to actively be a part of this particular stream. Glad to have you in here, Daddy. And looks like we have Lettuce, who is obsessed with pancakes and bacon, which are none of the things that are going to be happening in today's stream. So if you were wishing upon a star for bacon and pancakes, well then you, my friend, are in the wrong stream. It looks like we have Sam Dunn. Good to see you, man. Glad to have you in here. So, okay. I wanted to cook on stream so badly this week. I've been really busy. Obviously, this is the only stream I'm going to be able to do this particular week, and I apologize about that. However, because it's the only stream, I wanted to do something special. And I was really in the mood to get some cooking done. I really wanted to... I've been wanting to make waffles on stream for a while now. In fact, it's funny because I have a waffle iron over here that I bought specifically, well, I was gonna say specifically for the channel, but that's not necessarily true. I just love waffles, so I wanted a waffle iron. And I am kind of using it as a... Uh-oh. I'm seeing drop frames on my end. Oh, it's YouTube! YouTube, stop it! I know it's your fault, YouTube. I've been seeing everybody having problems with YouTube lately, and it makes me very angry. Yeah, it's letting me know that I'm having drop frames, but you know what? Darn you, YouTube. Don't be that way. Hey, Smeeboo! Hey, Rebecca! We got the two ladies in the house right now. Very nice, very nice. Good to see you both in here. Smeeboo is my wonderful sissy, and Rebecca is my wonderful cooking buddy. We share recipes all the time. So yeah, let's go ahead and kind of talk about what we're going to be doing. So first of all, I've already made my coffee. My delicious, delicious coffee, in case you didn't know. Constantly drinking coffee all the time. I love it. It's my favorite. My favorite beverage. Very much so. Drink lots of coffee. I had 2 cups of coffee this morning when I got up, and then now this is my 3rd cup of coffee, which my mug holds about 2 cups worth of coffee, so I've probably had about, this will be like my 6 cups worth, I guess, which is probably not the most greatest thing of all time, but you know, I love it. I can't help it. Okay, so I've got some ingredients off camera that I'll probably need to grab. I have some melted butter, I have milk, and I pretty much have everything I need in front of me. We are also going to be fudging a few of the ingredients, and when I say that, what I mean is, I guess not a few, there's one particular ingredient. Normally this recipe requires buttermilk. I don't have any buttermilk, and I didn't want to go out and buy any, so I'm going to show you guys how to make buttermilk. That's right, you can make buttermilk, and it's really easy. Let's see, I think we should probably start with the dry ingredients, though. I will get the setup for the buttermilk afterwards, but the first thing I want to do is, let me kind of show you guys over here a little bit. I'm kind of changing the angle of the camera. So right there, if you guys can see that, I think you guys can. So I have over here, let me make sure that I can, yeah, okay. So let me kind of get a better angle on it. So that right there is my waffle iron. You guys also might notice that we're not actually in my kitchen right now. I didn't want to set up this whole setup in my kitchen because it's sprawling, and I wanted to kind of be in front of my TV where I could, like, manage everything properly. I have 2 computers and my waffle iron and my ingredients, and everything is everywhere, so... Okay, so I have my waffle iron here. We're gonna go ahead and preheat it right off the bat. That's what we're gonna do. So, I have my little cord here. You guys can see that little cord. plug that sucker right in. That guy's gonna get hot really quick. So we're going to want to start messing around with these ingredients like right away. Actually, I might be able to slow down how hot it gets by going ahead and flipping this guy down, kind of opening that up a little bit. We'll spray it down in a little bit, but it usually gets hot really, really quick if the thing is closed. So that's why I wanted to kind of just get it hot, but with the flaps open. Okay, so it looks like Smeeboo needs to go. Smeeboo, my sis, wants to go get coffee. She needs it. And my dad is getting coffee later, it sounds like. Smeeboo says, I see coffee, I have to have coffee, them's the rules. I totally understand. I'm relatively similar. Coffee runs in my blood. My family is a very coffee-oriented family. We live and breathe coffee, whether we want to or not. Okay, so... so I have my recipe here. It's pretty simple. I usually don't have to, like, read through it every time, but I usually stick to this one particular recipe. I won't be showing it on the screen, but I will kind of go over it. So, I bought this, actually. I bought this new bag of flour because I ran out. Check it out. And it's funny because I actually used all of my flour for waffles in the past. So, we start with the flour. What I do is I actually start with all the dry ingredients first and then mix the wet ingredients after all the dry ingredients have been mixed in. It just has like a better consistency. It's less lumpy. And it usually bakes really nicely in the waffle iron. Now, see, the real question is, can I actually open this ding-dang bag of flour? It's definitely putting up a fight here. I kind of want to get this open, like, now. Oh, yes, buying new flour. Always fun. Okay, so I got this baby open. Now, I want to try and be careful, because, for anybody who uses flour a lot, you'll know that flour gets everywhere very, very quickly. So we're going to try and be careful with this. So we need 2 cups of flour, 2 cups. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab... I'm dropping my ingredients! No, don't go under the couch, I need you! Okay, there we go, we're good. Everything's fine. Don't even question it. Okay, so I got my 1 cup measurement, and I'm going to just go ahead and fill this sucker right up. I'm pretty sure you guys can see what I'm doing. It looks like you guys can see what I'm doing. Okay, so that's about 1 cup. Start off right away. And just kind of bring you guys back over to the bowl again. And I'm going to go ahead and get my 2nd cup. Now, the fun thing about the recipe that I'm following is this is going to make way too many waffles for a single person. So, normally, I actually usually follow this recipe by cutting everything in half. Because this makes so many damn waffles. Let me kind of move this back a little bit so you guys might be able to see me a little bit better. This makes way too many waffles. You're watching me make a batch of waffles that'll probably serve me for the rest of the day. I one time made this recipe and had it last me like 2 days, which was probably not too good. And fun thing about this, my waffle iron's getting hot. It's making all the creaky noises. I one time made this recipe, and I found out that you can eat it across, like, about 2 days. If you let this sit longer than 2 days, you're gonna be very unhappy. Don't let this, batter sit in your fridge for more than 2 days. As something that I had learned all on my own, do not let this sit in your fridge for more than 2 days. You will be a very, very unhappy person. So we'll need 1 tablespoon of baking powder. That's this guy right here. Classic Clabber Girl. I'm not really aware of any other baking powders, but I always know to go for the Classic Clabber Girl. 1 tablespoon right in there. Kind of threw all of my ingredients all over the place. And when I say all of my ingredients, I obviously mean all my flour, because that's the only ingredient I have now. And then we're going to need about 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda. You're wearing the shirt I got you? Yeah, actually, it's funny, sis. This t-shirt is the only... So, like, this shirt was given to me by my sister, after she did a trip across Asia. And she brought me back, I think it was, like, 2 or 3 shirts. This is the only shirt of the 2 or 3 shirts she gave me that has held together. The other 2 are riddled with holes. And aged and falling apart. This is the only one of the 3 shirts that has totally stayed together with no problem whatsoever. So I actually wear this shirt a lot. I frequently wear it as pajamas, which is what I'm wearing them as right now. And for anybody who doesn't know, I am a connoisseur of pajamas. I love pajamas. More into pajama bottoms than pajama tops. I like to get the... I usually like plaid pajama bottoms. And then I just kind of like mix and match shirts depending on how they look together with my pajama bottoms. Which was actually cool because my parents know that I am that way with pajamas. So like one year for Christmas, my parents got me... Ooh, that iron is starting to... I can smell it. Oh, and it's making more cracking sounds. Ooh, okay, all right, shh. Hey, iron, shh, your time will come. Shh. Be very, very quiet. I'm hunting waffle batter. Okay, so now we're gonna do 1/4 teaspoon of salt. But anyways, yeah, my parents bought me a whole collection of pajama bottoms, but they didn't get me any pajama tops, which was like perfect, because that's how I like it. I like to just get the bottoms and then I mix and match the tops with it. Okay, so now we need 1/4 cup of sugar. So this is my jar of sugar. I do have a big old bag of sugar, but I usually keep, like, this is like the sugar I like to use, and then I just keep the bag of sugar in the back, and then I refill this jar, like, every time it gets to about this low, I refill it. For example, I actually refilled it this morning before setting up this stream. So I need 1/4 cup. Okay, so I got my 1/4 cup of sugar. Some people, you know, like, the thing about the sugar in, like, waffles and pancakes, like, I mean, some might consider this too much sugar, some might consider this the right amount. I just go with the recipe, and usually it doesn't give me any problems. And so, I mean, every time I've done, like, 1/4 cup of sugar with this, it's about right. I mean, obviously, that's negotiable, because, Hush, Waffle Iron, it's okay, you're gonna be fine. Shh, you've done this before, you're okay. Okay, so now, okay. Usually I cut it in half if I'm doing a smaller portion for the sugar, but that's for all the ingredients anyways. So now we're going to get into the liquids as soon as I kind of mix up all these dry ingredients. So, my favorite mixing tool is a classic kitchen fork. This is true whether I'm cooking at home or whether I am cooking in my kitchen. Cooking in the kitchen that I work at. I like to consider it my kitchen when I'm in there by myself, though. But anyways, yeah, so I kind of use forks a lot for cooking. They're usually better than whisks, depending on what I'm doing. Like, I mean, there are definitely times where I prefer whisks over forks. It just kind of depends what I'm doing, I guess. But this, I only use a fork. Let's see, my sis says, that's 12 years ago. That one is from Lao. Don't burn down the house. It'll be fine. My waffle iron is fine. He's gonna be okay. Calm down, waffle iron. It's fine. Your boy Lettuce says, I'm your big bag of sugar. That's hot, Lettuce. Thank you. Yes, go ahead and talk about that kind of stuff in front of my father and my sister. They love it. They love it. Just like, oh, Lettuce, you can always be my big bag of sugar. My sugar bag. Lazarus Long says, waffle iron dialogue. There you go. Yeah, I like to chat with my various different instruments of cooking. Because sometimes they like to be acknowledged. Okay, so half a cup of buttermilk. So this is where we get to have some fun. This is something I learned a long time ago. I actually learned it by looking it up because I wanted to make buttermilk when I didn't have buttermilk, and I was like, is there any way that I can recreate it? And so this is what I found. So this here is just regular old lemon juice. Usually what I do is you don't need a lot of it. You just need like a good healthy squirt of lemon juice in your milk. Speaking of milk, I actually have to get it. So give me a minute. Calm down, Waffle Iron. It's fine. It's okay. You're gonna be fine. But yeah, so I usually like to, God, it's making me nervous, all those creaking sounds. I usually like to kind of taste the buttermilk, after I make it, just to make sure that it's got the right, like, flavor to it. And yes, I'm very aware of what, buttermilk tastes like, because I have drank buttermilk multiple different times. I even remember, I have a very distinct memory of the first time I ever had, that's about right for what I'm about to do. I actually have a memory of the very first time I ever had buttermilk, and it was my grandmother made me drink it. My grandmother on my father's side, I remember, like, she wanted to show me how to bake something, and she had buttermilk, and I was like, oh, is that like milk that tastes like butter? And she's like, no, not quite. And I was like, oh, well, I don't know what it tastes like. And she's like, oh, would you like to try some? And I was like, yeah, being like a little kid, not knowing any better. And I tasted it for the first time, and I was taken back. And then I was like, you know, I'm okay with this. As a kid who used to suck on lemon wedges and, you know, eat pickles all the time, I love sour things. So as a little kid, I was always really okay with, I just realized I need something to actually taste test how this is. Give me a second. Because I don't want to use my mixing fork to, like, taste, because that's just nasty. So give me a second here. Kind of wash that off a little bit. And, oh man. Let's see here. I'll just kind of grab a teeny tiny something or other. How about this spoon? This spoon's fine. It's a clean spoon. It'll be fine. Okay, so I need to make sure that the buttermilk I have created tastes okay. So right away, it's not right. There's not enough lemon juice in it. Because it has to have that kind of souring milk flavor. It has to. Like, you have to have that in there. But at the same time, you don't want it to taste like lemon. So you do actually have to check every once in a while when you're doing this to make sure you get it right. And like I was trying to say, if you know what buttermilk tastes like, then usually it's fine. It comes out just fine. So let's go ahead and try that again. No, still not quite right. It needs more. It still tastes just like milk, like plain milk. So, and I mean, admittedly, this is a pretty big serving of buttermilk. So, I mean, I kind of have to definitely be a little bit more brave about it. But I kind of, like, definitely would say err on the side of caution. Because if you put too much... And another thing, too, I should say is, it doesn't have to be lemon juice. I have actually also done this with vinegar. White vinegar preferably would be best, because white vinegar doesn't have a flavor outside of just being vinegar. Perfect. Okay, so that is right on. And another thing, too, is that when you make your own homemade buttermilk like I just now did, it will thicken up. The acid in the lemon juice or lime juice or vinegar or what have you, it will immediately start to curdle the milk, because that's what buttermilk is it's milk being in the process of curdling. So it will thicken up a bit and be a little stronger. Okay, so I've got my half cup of buttermilk, which is totally fine. I just now tried it. And I'm just going to go ahead and dump that right in. No judgment, says Smeeboo. And my dad says Waffle Iron is making snide remarks. Yes, it is. It definitely is. You can even see at the bottom of the cup how it was starting to kind of like, you know, thicken up. You can kind of see the pieces on the bottom that were sticking, and that's good. That's actually good. That's what we wanted. So how far is quite chatty Kathy? Well, I mean, I think the iron, from what I can see, if you guys are curious, let me use this camera. If you guys can see, that light that's on like that, you can see a little red light on the waffle iron. That means it's actually ready to go. My waffle iron gets very hot very quickly. I've definitely learned that. So I kind of... Usually I don't actually start heating it up until I've completed the batter, but I figured today would be better to just kind of get it all set up right away. Okay, so now we need a full cup of milk, which I have here. And yes, I am using half and half. I have tested a few different kinds of milk to make waffles. And I've actually found that half and half is usually the best. It's also just the milk that I use the most. So, I mean, you know, it's just convenient that half and half works the best. But I have used, let's see, I have used whole milk, which is all right. I've definitely used half and half, which I get the best results from. I have used 2%. Fun fact, guys, don't ever use 2% in waffles. Don't use, like, whole milk is like the cutoff line. Like, if you're gonna use like milk for your waffles, don't get anything like, don't get 2% or anything like that. Like, use whole milk or half and half, and the other one is heavy cream. But heavy cream, the problem with heavy cream is that when you use it in batter, it makes the dough thicker and it cooks really, really fast. Like, I've actually, the one time that I used heavy cream as my milk, I actually burnt my waffles, so, because it just cooked so quickly. So, next we're going to do the eggs. I probably should have thought of this a little more carefully. Let me go get a small bowl to discard my eggshells into, guys. Give me a second. I'm also going to get rid of this milk because I want it to stay nice and cold. So let me grab a little bowl to kind of throw my eggshells into over here. This guy will do fine. So I got a little dish here. I'll just kind of crack my eggs open, throw them in, put the eggshells off to the side. And let's see, I think after that... Oh, that's right, the butter. Well, that's good. I already have it set up. It just needs to... There we go. Just kind of throw that guy right in there. And by the way, my guys, my hands are extremely clean. I washed them like 3 different times right before I had to start the stream. And the reason why I did it 3 times was because, first of all, I did it for the original purpose, which was cleaning my hands. And then I had to grab some dishes and wash some dishes, and I'm like, okay, well, I guess I'm washing my hands again, so I did that right after I washed those dishes. And then my puppy came over, and he wanted to play, and he started licking my hands, and I was like, alright, I guess I am washing my hands for a 3rd time. And that was all within, like, 5 minutes before I started the stream. So my hands are super duper clean until just now, because now I'm covered in egg. Which I'm wiping onto this towel. And I need my, I did my 2 eggs. And now I need my butter. That's what I was talking about. I was like, what am I doing? What am I doing? Okay. So, butter is over here. Let's see how hot it is. That's pretty hot. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and safely grab it with an oven mitt. And I'll bring it over and pour it right in. Okay. So I have this thing of butter here. It's very hot, which is why I have it with an oven mitt. And I'm just going to go ahead and just dump that butter right in there. And this has to be done with melted butter. I had one time where I was kind of trying to make waffles in a hurry. And I just kind of used softened butter rather than melted butter. And when I did that, when I did the softened butter instead of the melted butter, the waffles came out all funkalicious. So, like I said, I've made waffles a few different times since I've gotten this waffle iron. I've experimented with a few different things. Ooh, excuse me. And I feel like I've gotten relatively a good method down for it. But like I said, the thing is that you can't really get that method that you want down until you experiment a bit. And the thing is that like it's always okay to substitute. Like I was saying, like I made my own buttermilk just now, and that usually makes a great substitute. But it's also good to, before you experiment and substitute and things like that, always follow your recipe, like, to the best that you can. And then after you kind of, like, experience what it's like to have the recipe as it is, instead of, being all weird and modified and you have no idea where to go from, like, definitely just follow it to the T, and then experiment afterwards. Now, the thing about this particular recipe is we don't actually have to whip it for too long. What's actually funny is that this recipe prefers it to be a bit thicker as well as a bit lumpier. So, the way that it is like this right now, this is actually fine. So I'm probably just about to go throw it onto my iron, just like that. There's not much else that needs to be... I did salt, right? Yeah, I definitely did salt. I was, like, looking at the salt, and I couldn't remember if I actually had done it or not. Let's see. You try picking up desiccated pickles. It's very sad. Okay. I mean, I loved pickles when I was a kid. I still love pickles. Lettuce says you should try a mix of heavy cream and coconut milk. That might be something I might want to try sometime. I actually have coconut butter and stuff like that, so that could definitely be an option for making it healthier. Coconut milk as well. I'm gonna take a sip of coffee, and then we're gonna run over to the iron, and we're gonna start doing stuff. Hey, it's my home slice, Jabin. What's up, Jabin? How you doing, brother? Glad to see you in here, man. Learn how to make waffles with me. Sounds great. 3 washes and you're in. Where's Surfer's apron? He might have gone to go lay down. I was actually thinking he was going to, be over here sitting with me. But, I guess he kind of, like, runs away when I turn on the camera. He knows. It's really funny. Surfer knows when the camera goes on and when the camera goes off. And so, like, when the camera goes on, he's out. And then the moment that the camera goes off, he's like, hey, you can pay attention to me now. And, yeah. Let's see, I did all those. Okay, so I think we're good. I just wanted to double check on my recipe. So I'm going to bring you guys over here so we can kind of get this whole waffle iron business going on over here. I'm also going to change my angle so I can see what's going on. There we go. And I'm pretty sure that's about right there. That looks about right to me. Okay. Alright, so I've got this, like, Pam... Woo, that thing is hot. I've got this Pam spray. I kind of like this one. It's got, like, a butter flavor, too. It's kind of my favorite. And I do have another one that's, like a coconut oil, I think. So I just kind of spray that sucker down. Just like that. Woo, sizzly. Okay. And now I'm going to come over here. Now, I've kind of, like, learned some lessons in the past about the distribution of batter onto this freaking thing here. So, let me see if I can get... This looks like a better angle right here. So, kind of just carefully spread it all across the sides here. There we go. Oh, it smells so good right away. And that's about right. That's about right. It might even be too much, actually. Okay, so I'm just kind of scrape it off and then kind of spread it out. Yeah, I think I might have put too much in here, guys. This waffle might explode. Alright, hopefully it won't be too big of a problem, but it may or may not explode. Okay, so now I'm going to close it, just like that. And we'll just kind of let it sit for a little bit. Usually, I like to kind of check it a few different times. We'll definitely know what's going on. If this starts to, like, lift up, that means we put in too much. So, yeah. But I think it'll be fine. So give me just a minute. I'm gonna kind of rinse off my hands a little bit, and then we can kind of just hang out and chat a little bit while we're watching the waffle come together. And I might as well get my favorite topping as well. I personally, you know what? I'll bring it over. Give me a second. Okay. Alrighty. So, I personally like Miss Buttersworth, and it's probably not the best syrup of all time. It's probably like, oh, so much sugar! And it's like, yeah, that's kind of why I like it. So, I don't, sometimes, like, I've had a lot of different kinds of waffles with a lot of different kinds of toppings. I've had savory waffles where it's like, you have, what was the one that I had that was super savory? It was like eggs, like on it with bacon and like salsa. And, that one was pretty good. Like salsa, hot sauce, bacon, eggs. I think there was like chorizo on it too. And that was super good. And I had that at a restaurant. Uh-oh. That waffle's rising. Oh no! Okay, hold on a minute. Hold on. Let me see how bad it is. Oh god. Alright, I'm gonna squish it. Okay. Actually, it's not that bad. That's not too bad at all. I'm kind of just trying to keep even pressure on all sides. Hopefully that'll keep it. It looks like it's actually cooking thoroughly. One of the first times that I ever made waffles in this waffle iron, I just made the hugest mess. It just like exploded like out of the waffle iron and everything. And it was just way out of control. In a second, I'm probably going to have to flip it. Let's see. My cats used to be like that. Now they crave camera attention. Oh yeah, my dog is actually very camera shy. Even when I try to take like a cute photo of me and him like cuddling together, the moment that I whip out my phone and he realizes I'm taking a picture, he dips. He's like, I'm out of here. I'm done with this. Let's see. Camera kitties, says Dad. I thought that looked like a lot. It could take over the building. It seems to be fine. I should actually probably check to see if it needs to be flipped. Let me take a look here. So what I do is kind of just take a look up the top, and then I kind of, this waffle iron is super cool, by the way. You can flip it. And then check it on the other side. So the other side looks pretty done, but the side that the first side I checked needs a little bit more time. So I'm just going to let it run that way. Yeah. Let's see. It'll be a chonky waffle. Yes. I'm kind of looking forward to it. Basically, like, what I've learned is when you eat these things, it's like eating a cake to yourself. Like a whole cake. Feels like watching a pressure cooker. Yeah, a little bit. I mean, it's not that bad. It's actually way more under control than I thought it was going to be. The suspense is in the possibility of a gigantic waffle emerging. Yes, a monster waffle. Make salted caramel drizzle topping for ice cream, and that is really yummy in waffles. A little goes a long way. That does sound pretty good. It's taking over the world. It's like those sponge dinosaurs in the tub. It's possible. Speaking of talking about salted caramel on a waffle, so I learned about the most insanely, weirdly delicious thing yesterday. Let me check on my waffle one more time. Make sure it looks good. So I know the top is pretty... Yeah. Oh, look at that. Can you guys see that? Oh my god. Let me check this side just in case. Oh yeah. That is looking like a done waffle. Alright. I'm taking this baby off. Give me a second. I gotta grab a plate. Alright. And I'll probably have to grab some butter too, because I'm a butter boy. I'm a butter boy. I'm a butter boy. Hey! Waffle iron! Shut up! Thank you. Sometimes you just have to put it in its place, you know? Just gotta tell it, like, to shut up, and it all works out just fine. That's definitely what's going on over here. Alright, this waffle is dunzo. So the secret to this waffle iron. You kind of have to slap it right up. Oh, there we go. Okay, we're good. Now I'm gonna leave it on for right now in case I want more, but I don't know if I really want more, so we'll just kind of see what happens. And I'm going to bring you guys away from it. Hello? Hello? Alright, so what I have here is my delicious, delicious waffle. I'm just going to go ahead and throw that right on there, the delicious butter. Don't need too much, just a little bit. Just a little. Oh my god, it's like crunch, crunch, crunch. Oh, I love waffles, you guys. This is my ultimately all-time favorite breakfast food. Absolutely, hands down. Like, I don't... Oh, no, my fork! Why? Okay. I'm kind of doing some awkward butter slathering motions here. Let me make sure you guys can truly... Let me give the camera a nice, sexy food angle here. There we go. Oh, God. More butter everywhere. But yeah, so as you can see, this is how I make my Belgian waffles. It's very delicious. Well, the butter that I'm licking off my fingers is very delicious at the moment. And now I'm going to slather it in syrup. So I know I kind of like left a cliffhanger. I was saying how I discovered this crazy delicious flavor that I had no idea was going to be good until I tried it myself. So I was watching a video last night talking about weird flavors that go together that like shouldn't go together. And the one that blew my mind that I was like, oh my god, I have to try this. This sounds great. Is, by the way, this is my Belgian waffle, and it is very, very good. And now I'm going to take a bite. Just take the, delicious. Okay, so the super crazy delicious thing that I tried was, the next time you get, like, vanilla ice cream or, like, a caramel ice cream or... like, just like a really rich, flavored ice cream, put a little bit of soy sauce on it. I'm super serious. Don't go crazy with the soy sauce. Just put, like, a few drops of soy sauce on your ice cream. Oh, my God. It's so good. You know, whether I'm streaming or not, this was all just an excuse for me to eat waffles. Like, I've been wanting to get waffles. Like, no joke. Yesterday, I went to the market, and I was like, I'm missing a bunch of ingredients for making waffles. I know, I want to make waffles too. That's right, I know. I want to make waffle. I was like, if I want to make waffle, I need ingredients that I need to make waffles, you know? So I went to market, and I just bought I bought that whole bag of flour, and I went and bought some milk because I did need milk. And I bought some eggs because I needed eggs. And when I was in the market, and I grabbed that bag of flour, I was like, yes, I am totally out of flour. However, the ulterior motive here is that I need to make waffles. That's why. Well, that's why we bought flour. Bought flour for waffles, man. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying. You know what I'm talking about. You need an excuse? Absolutely. You're scaring your keyboard. Technically, it's not a Belgian waffle unless it's got strawberry. Shut up! Shut up. This is totally a Belgian waffle. You don't even know. You don't even know! You don't know me! Oh. I'll see. I need coffee. Rebecca says it's most likely the saltiness in the soy that makes it go so well together. Yeah, well, that's the whole thing because like, so what made me bring that up was because my sister mentioned like salted caramel on waffles, and it was the whole thing about like sweet and salty that made me remember that. But I'm dead serious, you guys. Like, try it. Like get some ice cream, like a caramel or vanilla ice cream. And then grab your soy sauce and put like a few drops of soy sauce on your ice cream. And just go to town on it. It's so good. After I tried that for the first time, I tried it like, I tried it for the first time yesterday, actually, because I was watching that video yesterday. And I just so happen to have ice cream on me as well, because I'm a big fat fatty. Clearly I'm a big fat fatty. I mean, I'm eating waffles with butter and syrup on them in front of you guys, so clearly I'm a big fat fatty. But, yeah, I went ahead and scooped I was watching this video that was talking about it, and I was like, oh, I have ice cream and I have soy sauce. You know what? I'll just take a teeny tiny scoop of ice cream and put a teeny tiny bit of soy sauce on it, and I'll see what that tastes like. And I did, and whoa, is it good. Oh my goodness, you guys. Soy sauce on ice cream is so good. Now, I would never want to put it on like sherbet. like any kind of fruity ice cream, I don't think it would work on. But any vanilla or caramel, maybe chocolate? Maybe chocolate. I don't know. It's so good though. You gotta try it. I'm dead serious, you guys. Your boy Lettuce says, I know you, honey pie. You know, it's really funny, Lettuce. I glanced at that really quick, and I thought what you were saying was, do you know Honey Pop? And I was about to go into this deep explanation about how, yes, I know Honey Pop. Yes, I have beaten Honey Pop. Yes, I enjoyed Honey Pop. Would I play it on my channel? No! 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 No, I would not play that game on my channel. For any of you guys who know that game, like I do so well, you will know the reasons why you absolutely cannot play it on the channel. I mean, I've seen other people play that game on their channel, but they usually have heavy editing, so I'm not very good at editing. I want to learn how to... I want to learn how to edit better, you know? I do. Yay, fatty, says Rebecca. Absolutely. Lettuce says soy sauce is also a good popcorn topping. That actually sounds totally plausible. Can't say I've ever had that, but that does sound totally legit, and I think I'd probably try that. Maybe try balsamic glaze on a fruit sorbet. I don't know about that. It sounds interesting. Usually, I've done a balsamic glaze for chicken and fish, and it's always pretty good. Can't say I've ever... Oh, that piece of waffle went flying. Delicious. Okay, more waffle for my face. Let's see, Honey Pop gets you banned from Twitch and YouTube. I believe that. Well, I mean, I've seen, like, other channels play it, but the channels that have played it, like, have heavy editing. Like, so much editing in that, for that game. I do think I heard a rumor about a Honey Pop 2 coming out, which I might play on my personal time by myself, not on the channel. What's really crazy about that game is, that game is legitimately fun. Like, ignoring all of the adult content in it, like, if you just kind of, like, look at that game as, like you just play it, and you just kind of have, like, a good time, like, trying to play it, it's a legitimately fun game with, like, good challenges, and it actually challenges your brain in, like, puzzles and stuff like that. It's a wholesome game, you know, but, like, wholesome in the sense of, like, not family friendly in the slightest, but, like, a genuinely, like, wholesome, well-made game that is actually, like, legitimately very fun. Okay. Alright. There you go. There you go. I don't know what you were trying to do with that, but, you know. I don't know what you're trying to do there, Dad, but you do you. It's okay. I think these waffles, actually, as weird as it's terrible as it's going to sound, this waffle could have used a little bit more syrup. When it comes to, like, maple syrup, I'm usually a syrup junkie, which is not good. It's supposed to come out last September, but the developer got sick and then COVID hit. It's Candy Crush with it. Yeah. Yeah. It's still a legit fun game. Like, I mean, I really enjoyed it. It was actually really funny because there was a point in time... See, my stepmom is really interested in, like, Candy Crush and Bejeweled and stuff like that. So, like, there was a time where my stepmom was playing, like, Candy Crush, like, obsessively. And she might still do it, I don't know, but she was playing that game obsessively. But at the time that she was playing it, I was playing Honey Pop. So, like, I was trying to give her, like, advice about playing, like, I was trying to give her advice about playing Candy Crush, which she obviously knew more about than I did because I've never played Candy Crush. But I was trying to, like, it's like, you know when you play a game that's, like, similar to another game, and you're trying to, like, understand and help the person playing the one game that's similar to yours, but, like, the games are just different enough that they don't quite connect. So, like, because Candy Crush is definitely different than Honey Pop, but it was really funny because I kept comparing her playing her playing Candy Crush to me playing Honey Pop, and it's so funny because when you're trying to describe the game mechanics of the game without getting into the detail of, like, what you're getting out of the game by beating the puzzles and things like that, it's really funny trying to, like, explain, like, how the puzzles function in Honey Pop without giving away the information of, like, what it is you're actually playing. So, I just remember, like, talking with my stepmom about playing Candy Crush and, like, comparing it to Honey Pop, but, like, not trying to, like, clue her in that I was, like, playing Honey Pop the whole time with all the... Like, I'll just go ahead and say it, guys, like, because obviously Lettuce has mentioned it. Honey Pop is a Candy Crush puzzle game where you're playing it to get, like, fictional ladies nude. So, which is, like, it's fun. Like, it's a fun game. If you have not played Honey Pop for the sake of playing, like, a fun puzzle game, try it out. Like, just take a moment and you know, ignore the nudity, like the extreme amount of nudity. The game is fun. It's legitimately a great, fun, engaging puzzle game. God, I'm having memories of me playing it too. My favorite character was the fairy. I always liked the fairy. She was my favorite. I always liked her, because it's like, here's the thing. When you play the game Honey Pot, you grow to have, like, a favorite character in the game. And, everybody's different, I feel like, for who their favorite character is. But, I mean, there's only a limited selection of characters in the game, but, you know, it's kind of like... I don't know. I always thought the fairy character was my favorite because she's got that, like, in-your-face, go-get-em attitude, who's just, like, she doesn't care what you think, and she'll just, I like the fact that she was kind of like a bro in the game, and that was my favorite thing about her character. And so, like, anytime that you have, like, a conversation with the fairy character in the game Honey Pop, it's, like, it's the best. It's my favorite. Because she's so, like, her slang And also, like, how she goes about talking to you about different situations and things like that and different people is just the funniest damn shit to me. It's so funny. Like, just listening to her talk about people in the game is so fun. And, like, I don't know. I missed that game. I remember because I beat the game. And then months and months, like, this was a long time ago that I beat the game. I think it was before I was streaming, like, when I first played that game and beat it. And I remember trying to go back and replay it. And, like, the thing is that, like, if you haven't played the game in such a long time, and then you try to jump into one of the advanced puzzles in that game kicks your ass, man. Oh, man. Like, if you don't remember everything you need to know to play that game, and then you're, like, at the near end of it, and you're trying to play the advanced puzzles, it is so ball-breakingly hard. I thought your story was going to be you're playing Honey Pop and your mom heard the music and thought you were playing Candy Crush, popped in on your secret shape. No, nobody's actually ever seen me play the game. But it was just really funny because, like, it's like whenever you play, like, a game that, like, because I've played a few games that are like that, where, like, the game itself, like, the gameplay, the mechanics, like, the overall strategy of, like, what you're trying to do in the game is, like, genuinely fun and, like, really engaging. But the story and, like, what's happening in the game is, like, really, really, like, offensive or filled with nudity or something like that. And it's like, you want to tell, like, people who are more innocently minded about the game, but at the same time, you're like, I don't know if I should tell them that, like, there's tons of nudity and violence and sexual content and all this stuff in it. So it's like, you kind of just try to, Oh, it's fine. My father is getting nervous about how I'm placing my dishes. It's fine. I take great care of these dishes. It's fine. And they nailed the soundtrack for Honey Pop because it's the same soundtrack as Candy Crush, and the soundtrack for Candy Crush is amazing for that game. Yeah, I mean, it's just a well-made game, like, all around. Like, it's not Candy Crush. Honey Pop is, like, a really surprisingly well-designed game. It's so well-designed. And it's very polished, too. There was another game by that same company that I never played. I was interested in it for a while, but I decided not to get into it. I can't remember what it was called. It had the word honey in it, but I don't remember what it was called. And it was like a game where you had to, like, manage all your characters and, like, make money and stuff like that. And I don't remember it exactly, but I never played it, but it looked like it was good simply because it was made by the same creators of the original, like, the Honey Pop game, which was a lot of fun. You know what? I'm feeling brave. I'm going to make a second waffle. So I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to take you guys with me. Yeah, let's come right over here. Alright, so my iron is still hot. I didn't turn it off. And I definitely have a lot of waffle batter. I can see that I'll be probably eating waffles for the rest of the day. Probably should boil this up, actually. Give me a minute here. Oh god, it's messy. Messy! Okay. I'm making a big mess. Hold on. I'm making a big mess on my fingers. Okay. Woof. Making snaps at me. Snapping at me! Okay. So here we go. I'm going to be brave. I'm going to make another waffle. I might become sick after I eat this waffle. So hopefully not, but you never know. I may be puking waffles for the rest of the day, you know? Could happen. It could indeed happen. Okay. That's probably enough. That's probably enough waffle batter. Let's kind of spread it out. Might be too much waffle batter now that I'm looking at it. I can't tell from the angle that I'm standing at. It's terrible. Oh, man. Makes me, I don't know why, but I suddenly thought of, have you guys ever seen the movie Joe Dirt? there's like a scene in Joe Dirt where he's like working at an oil refinery, and he like lifts up the pipe and all the oil starts spilling out everywhere, and he's like, I'm new and I don't know what to do. And I was just thinking that just now, like while I was pouring that waffle batter, and I was like, I'm new, I don't know what to do. All right, I guess I could just kind of have you guys like the double cam. What do you think? You can see me here. You can see me here. You can see me everywhere. I'm everywhere, guys. All right, so yeah, that waffle's lifting. Let's see. Lazarus says, "Don't break your." Oh yeah, I already read that. It's fine. It's fine. I take great play. I don't play with my dishes. I take great care of them. I take great play of them. I take great care of all my dishes. They all come out just fine. Honeycam was not that good. Oh, okay. All right. I guess that's what it was called, the game I was talking about. I have not played it. I kind of just was, like, done after I played Honey Pop, and